All right, we're doing a live stream. It's been a really long time. Unless you're a member, then there was some other live streams, but it's been a long time. Say hi to the vlog, guys. Also, almost dropped a $10,000 camera. Also doing some vlogging stuff. How are you guys doing? Is everything good? See, there's people from all over Indonesia and India, UK. We got people from everywhere. Kentucky. We got a lot of people in here. I just thought it would be fun to do a live stream. I didn't have a video for today. I didn't make one. I was busy hanging out with the family and just relaxing, taking a bit of a break. And so I didn't film anything over the weekend. So I thought, why not do a live stream since we haven't done one for like ever? And I always like the live streams. I don't know about you guys, but I always like doing these live streams. So, whoa. Okay, we got Pakistan, we got Florida, Jamaica, Brazil, Kentucky, Houston, Oklahoma, South Korea, Thailand, Denmark, Germany, New York. Oh my gosh, these are just flying by. Nepal, Costa Rica. Fun fact, my grandparents were missionaries in Nepal for a bit. India, Holland, Philippines, Russia, South Africa, Dubai. Man, we got Kenya. We got people from all over the world right now, which is pretty dang cool. So yeah, I thought we would do a live stream. And I was like, what should we talk about? I mean, yeah, you guys always have great questions and stuff like that, but what should we talk about on this live stream today? Is this audio like super? Hold on, guys. Is that better for audio? I hope that's better for audio. I was wondering or thinking about what should we talk about, and then I started thinking about cameras. Especially, I just got this in the mail. It's the GFX 100, which is like the 102 megapixel medium format camera with IBIS and all sorts of craziness. They didn't give it to me for free. I had to send this thing back. This thing's expensive. It's probably right now. It's probably worth more than the C300. Well, probably about the same as the C300 right now, which is a lot of money. And this camera is interesting because it's medium format, so that's even bigger than full frame. But then it's also got things like IBIS, which make it pretty crazy. And then you guys saw the review. I just got the Blackmagic 6K camera recently. And all this is just making me think, like, what the heck is going to happen in the future with cameras? Like, what kind of cameras are we going to see in like a year, 2 or 10 years from now? So I don't know. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to speculate. I don't have any insider knowledge. I know nothing extra. I know no more than you guys. I go to the same Canon rumor sites and that kind of stuff to find out what's going on. Oh man, okay. Oh, we got a super chat. Cash Lufgren. Here's an early Christmas present, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have I'm sure you guys have a bunch of thoughts on the future of cameras. But I definitely have some thoughts also. Oh man, I always struggle with following the chat while you guys are saying so much stuff, and then I'm trying to think and talk at the same time, and then there's so much stuff going on through here. It's just wildness. So yeah, cameras, future. I think the new like Canon 1DX Mark II mirrorless type camera or Mark III might be coming out soon. Very interesting to see where they go with that. There is a lot of pressure, I think, on Canon to make a good camera. I think the EOS R was a letdown for a lot of people. For me, it works just for the things that I need, but I can totally understand why people wouldn't like the EOS R also. Blackmagic just comes out with a 6K camera out of nowhere. 6K RAW for $2,500. 50 frames per second, 120 frames, but with like a massive crop. Don't buy it for the 120 frames per second. But a very interesting camera. 6K RAW. Like, even a couple years ago, if I would have heard that somebody was making a 6K RAW camera for $2,500 that the image actually looks good, the camera works well. It's not some like weird quirky camera that like barely works, so you have to do like a million different things for it to work. It's crazy. And I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm sure we're going to see 6K, 8K cameras. I think we'll probably end up seeing more raw cameras or video, like we see on the photo side. Obviously we've had raw forever, but video side still been mostly just essentially JPEG. And I think we're going to see a lot more raw, like Blackmagic is doing, even Canon with their C200. Aniket, thank you for the super chat. Lucian, film audio was better before. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Did I mess it up? Okay, should I bust it up for you guys a little bit? Okay, now that should be back to where it was before. Marcelo, thank you for the super chat. I'm a hardware YouTuber. What do you think is the best camera for me? I think for YouTubers, the EOS R, Canon EOS R is the best camera because of the flip LCD screen, the autofocus, the image is really nice, all of those things. I think for most YouTubers, the EOS R is probably the best camera you can buy right now, or like the easiest and most fun to use for YouTube. There's obviously a ton of really good cameras, but they don't just, like, for example, I would never vlog on a 6K raw camera. Like this thing, for a 128 gigabyte card, if you put it in the full like power, the highest quality codec, I think it's 3 minutes of footage you get. 3 minutes, and that's 128 gigabytes of footage, or of data. You should not be vlogging with this. I mean, you could do it, but I don't recommend it. So yeah, the EOS R I think is for YouTube probably one of the best cameras. That 90D, let's look at so there's been like rumors of the Canon 90D, or there's like specs been, where is it? I'm on the Canon rumors site. There's like a bunch of, so 90D, I think there wasn't really any, oh wait, there was some interesting stuff for video, right? There was like 4K and stuff. Where is it? Where's the video feature? I care more about video features than anything else. So I go straight to where are the video? Yeah, so you got 4K uncropped. It says 30 frames per second. I have a feeling they're not gonna give us 24 frames per second again. I think that's what's gonna happen. Full HD, 120 frames per second. Doesn't say anything about crop. Very interesting, very interesting. Yeah, you got the 30-minute max whatever record time. That makes it interesting. 4K on. Wait, does the 90D have a crop? Flip LCD screen. Very angle. Yeah, it does have a very angle. Very interesting. I'm curious. I want to test this thing out. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about 24 frames per second. It just says 30 frames per second, which could mean that it's like up to 30 frames per second, but it could also mean that they're just not going to give you 24 frames per second at all, like on the RP. And then I think on the new, what's the point and shoot, whatever it's called, the Canon, that one didn't have 24 frames per second either. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't give us 24, but there's ways to get around that. It's just not very convenient or good. Oh, it is a crop sensor. Dang. Yeah, I really like full frames nowadays, but crop sensors are good too. You can put on a nice wide lens. If you're on a crop sensor, one of the most, wait a second, I don't have it. I was going to show you guys one of the most underrated lenses. It's called is it 17 to 55 mil? I think 17 to 55 mil. It only works on crop sensors. f2.8 all the way through. It's not that expensive. It's like a beautiful range. So yeah, that's probably one of I used to love that lens for documentary stuff. And it has IS. Did I say it has IS? It has IS. Robert McDonald, thank you for the 20, is that euros? I believe that's euros. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Oh man, I'm so bad at names. I always forget how bad I am at names. Mikhail Durovic. Hi, Maddie. Can you say hi to my friend Merrick? Fans. Hi, Merrick. I don't know if I said that right either, but appreciate you guys. Dennis Camacho. Guys, I'm struggling already. What camera and audio setup are you using for the live stream? The quality and sound is great. It is, can I show this somehow? I don't know if it, no, this isn't gonna work, is it? No, this isn't gonna work. Okay, so the C300 Mark II, that's the camera, and that would explain why it looks so good. It is a very expensive camera. It's from my doc shooting days, commercial days. And then this is the Rode NTG3, which is again an expensive mic, so it should sound good. But a lot of it has to do with like bit rate and that kind of stuff, and obviously lighting. Like my lighting setup's not perfect right now, but it's decent. Those things have a lot to do with what it looks like. Hey, Mikael, did you send it again? Oh man, thanks for the super chat again. Hi, Merrick, again. Did you ever get the Micro 2 fogger working? I did. Let me find it for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna. Wait, does it have battery? Okay, it has battery. But it doesn't have, I need to put some, whoa, it already fogged. It doesn't have enough of the fog stuff. I'll be back in 2 seconds. So this thing's actually really interesting. If you guys saw the video where I didn't know how to work it properly, it just wasn't charged enough. It needed to be charged, and actually I had to reset the battery quickly too. But basically, this is like a small fog machine, and this is how you get that nice atmosphere in like Hollywood films. I mean, they're not using a small one like this. They're using bigger hazers. But this is like a easy way of getting some quick fog for your films. It's pretty interesting. This is like the fog fluid or whatever that you have to put in here. Are you guys seeing this? You have to fill her up. Patience, my friends. Show you how this thing works soon. I've been using it for a lot of like little thumbnails and intros. It's just like a fun thing to use. But it's also like, it's pretty crazy how much fog this little like thing can create. I've also been demonetized at least once because of this thing. So yeah, basically it's just like a little thing like this. You add some fluid into it. It says fog liquid. And then we just turn it on, 5 presses. So this is called the Micro Fogger 2. And then boom, it makes fog. And so you kind of have to like waft it around, otherwise it just looks like smoke. And that's with any fog machine thing. I think I might have, oh, there we go. Now it's working a little bit better. So yeah, basically you can make fog. Again, you have to like waft it around, and then it becomes this like nice atmosphere in your scene. So yeah, Micro Fogger 2, if you guys want to check it out. It does work. Now I'm trying to turn it. Okay, got it off. I don't know why it makes me cough every time, even though it doesn't actually make you cough. Dennis, no wait, I already got that. Moose and Moosey, how's the logo submission? Sorry, I couldn't do it. Yeah, we got some really great logo submissions. There was like hundreds of them. Took forever to go through. Appreciate all of you guys for sending those in. I think I've narrowed it down to the top 3. We'll announce it this week who the winners are. Very impressed with you guys. You guys are super talented. Really cool doing that kind of stuff. I'm putting it out there for you guys. Mustafa, can you please make a tutorial about editing pictures because your photo on Instagram are awesome? Yeah, I always think like I should do one, and I just never do it. I don't know. I'm just such a filmmaker. Photography is kind of just like a side thing for me, and I don't like, I don't know. I kind of forget, I guess, how much I like it, and also how much you guys obviously like it and that kind of stuff. So I should definitely do that. Thank you for the reminder. Philip Pearson, will we ever have bokeh on a phone for video? All right, so let's talk about, we'll take a break on this super chats for a second. So the future of cameras, I think, yeah, we're gonna get more 6K, 8K cameras, RAW, all of that stuff. But I think where it's really going to get interesting is when they start implementing more like software upgrades into camera. For example, right now on your new iPhones and on the Samsungs and stuff, I'm pretty sure they have the same thing. You have a crazy amount of dynamic range already. Let's see if I can make this happen. For example, this window back here, if I click on it, all of a sudden it puts HDR mode on. And so it's doing like essentially multiple exposures at the same time somehow. I don't know the technical side of things, but it's doing HDR video. There's been HDR photo for a long time, but HDR video I think is a little bit harder to do. And now they're doing it in phones already. So that's like the biggest limitation of phones is that it's such a small sensor. So the dynamic range, there's like the low light, there's a lot of things that aren't going to be good. For example, bokeh, you're never going to get that nice bokeh, except and this part I didn't anticipate for is the software upgrades they're doing. So they're getting HDR, so the dynamic range is it's better than on my DSLR sometimes, which is crazy. They have like the AR tracking stuff, so then you can get background blur, and when that gets really, really good, you'll literally be able to choose like, oh, I want a f1 0.9 lens on, and the background will just be like pure bokeh and it'll perfectly track everything. Right now it's still not perfect, but it's pretty interesting. Low light stuff, all those things are going to get way improved with software. Now I'm curious, I think it's going to start happening, but when are they going to start implementing that stuff onto the big cameras? It's a lot harder because the sensors are bigger, I assume. That would be the biggest technical challenge. But imagine having the ability to add more depth of field, like shallow depth of field. You could add better low light performance, noise reductions. I even think they're going to go to the point of like, you know, like the... is it face swap or what are those, like what's the app that everybody's making themselves look super old? I think they're even going to start adding that kind of stuff eventually to these cameras, where you can put on a filter, you can put on like all those things. You'll be able to put on straight in camera as you're recording it. I don't know. That's just what I think is going to happen. I could be totally wrong and everybody's just going to be using phones. But I think software is like something that they haven't really been thinking about for cameras so much yet. And I think that's something that they're really missing out on. Let me know if you guys think I'm totally wrong or if you think I'm onto something. Where are we? Moosey Moose, how's logo submissions? We could have done it, but too busy. Sorry, you were too busy. I would have loved to see your design. Nino C, what do you think of A6400 for vlogging, full frame, 120 frames per second, 1080 less than half the price of an ESR? Yeah, not bad. Wait, does it have the flip else? Does that one flip up? If it flips up, then I think that one could be pretty good, but it's not full frame though, is A6400. I'm pretty sure that's a crop sensor. Again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's crop. That's the only thing is if it's a crop, it's a little bit harder to film yourself closer and like hold your camera up and film that kind of stuff, or you just need a really wide lens. But that just limits you a little bit. But great camera, I'm sure. Yeah, I can't say for sure, but I think it would be a pretty good option. Autofocus seems to be pretty good. The one thing I've realized that I think, and I've heard other people say this too, I think the reason people are always like, why are you having such a hard time with Sony autofocus? And that's one of the reasons why I don't always recommend it for YouTube filmmaking or filming yourself. And I think it might be because I film in the log profile always. And the log profile, I think in video doesn't autofocus as well. I don't know if it's like doing it after the fact, like not straight from the sensor. So then because there's less contrast, less saturation, it's harder for the camera to focus. But I've just had a lot of issues with the autofocus on Sony. It's not like big issues, but every once in a while it just doesn't work. And then, yeah, that's the reason why I don't always like Sony cameras for vlogging style stuff. They're amazing cameras, like especially if you're not filming yourself. Top A Production. Hey Maddie, Top A Production here. The meetup was amazing. It was sick meeting in person. I love doing film, but I find myself doing a lot of photography. How can I get motivation back for film? I need more film friends. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that just means that you're more into photography and less into film, and that's just what you're into. That's not a wrong thing. Not everybody's going to be in the same thing. So I don't know if you necessarily need more motivation. I think if you do really like it, then you're gonna find that motivation because it's something that's gonna be a priority. But yeah, at the same time, if you see some cool films or people doing some cool stuff on film, you're probably gonna be more motivated also. Holy crap! There's 1,400 people watching right now. That's awesome. Good to have all you guys here. Juan Gallegos, come to Santa Cruz and stay at Paradox. I will buy you breakfast again. I can show you all around. This guy, I think it's this guy. Way back, I did a thing with Shopify and I was filming One Wheel in Santa Cruz and I was staying at a hotel and this guy was, I think, working there and he paid for my breakfast. I think this is the guy. Thank you very much. And now he super chats $5. What a nice guy. That honestly made my morning when you paid for my breakfast. I super appreciate that. Hopefully someday I can buy you breakfast. Travis Reeves, C100 over EOS R for beginner filmmakers. Thoughts? Totally depends on what you're filming. If you're filming other people, you're doing corporate stuff or whatever doc, anything like that, and you're not filming yourself, great option. But I think the EOS R might be pretty comparable in image, actually. It's a little bit like you don't have XLR input, stuff like that, which are important. But yeah, that's a tough choice. I'm trying to look at some of the stuff. Discord. If you guys didn't know, I have a Discord server. I shouted it out on my Twitter. Go follow me on Twitter. Go follow me on Instagram. If you're not, subscribe to the channel. But yeah, I started Discord, and Discord I think is what I'm gonna try to. So I was doing like the members thing on YouTube, where like you could become like an exclusive member or whatever. You get some perks and I was doing some like live streams and stuff for the members, but I just didn't like how clunky and how limited it was. And I think Discord might be a better way of building the community, like a more tight-knit community, people that want to talk to each other and do more of this kind of stuff. I'm doing this because there's like 5 monitors and camera. I think Discord is going to be the way to do that. So if you use Discord, go on Twitter, find my Discord server because I don't know how to link it right now. I don't actually know what I'm fully doing with Discord yet. I'm full on learning it. Confessing that right now, I do not know how to use Discord super well right now, but I have people helping me out. So we're gonna figure out some good stuff. Why is GoPro Fusion bad? I don't think it's bad. The only reason why I've been sticking to the Insta360 One X right now, and I haven't used the Fusion, so I've only done research. But the Fusion I think is a lot harder to work with in post, or it just takes more time to work in post. Like you have to render the files out first before you can see them and that kind of stuff. Whereas the Insta360 One X, this little camera, I just pop it or like connect it to my phone and then I just like select the clip I want or the movement I want, the part of the clip, and then I just export it. And that's been really fast for us. Matt sometimes on the computer also uses the program to like choose in and out points and whatever. But yeah, this camera has been working really great. The image I will say I think is a little bit, like a tad bit nicer on the Fusion, I think. I haven't done like a side-by-side comparison, but I think it's a little bit nicer. But yeah, both are great cameras. They're not bad cameras. Speaking of future, when it comes to action cameras, 360 cameras are definitely going to be the future of action cameras. As soon as they make it a little bit easier to work on the post side of things, man, the stuff you can get. Did you guys see my 360 video where I just like try to do as many creative things as I could? Man, I just drank some club soda before this. A little burpy. It's crazy what you can do with just a little camera like this, and you do need definitely need one of these 3-meter long. How do I even show this whole thing to you guys? This is one one GoPro stick. And in that video, I actually had 2 of these attached to each other, so that was like 6 meters long. Ended up snapping one of them. That was during the thumbnail taking portion. That's why in the video, or like in the thumbnail, it's only just one of these. But man, it's crazy. You can literally get like drone type shots and these crazy like crane gimbal looking shots just waving around this long pole, and you have a 360 camera at the end. I honestly couldn't believe some of the shots we got. One of the fan favorites, sorry for the loud noises. One of the fan favorites was the through the car shot through the windows. And that was just kind of like, ah, Matt, why don't you do this? Like, it might be kind of cool. And that ended up being like super cool. So yeah, I think 360 cameras are just being like, just starting to become like a real thing. And not for 360 video. I couldn't care less about posting, editing 360 video. But for action, for doing really interesting shots that you can't normally do with a camera or with most setups. Like, I'm not gonna be able to set up a crane outside and do like a crane movement for a YouTube video. That would take the whole day. But with this little pole and this camera, I can do just insane crane shots and just so much stuff. It's crazy. So I'm really curious to see what happens in future wise with 360 cameras. Benjamin Mason, would you consider doing a video with one of your subscribers for a YouTube video? My team, Filmmatic, would love it. Yeah, I've thought about doing something like that. It'd be interesting. I also thought about doing some like a segment in the vlogs where I could do some sort of call with different subscribers and kind of like offer advice or help them out a little bit. More of like a one-on-one basis, and then we could film it, and then I'm sure there'll be things that'll be interesting for you guys also. So yeah, that's something I've thought about. Tyler Young, thanks for all the knowledge and motivation. It helps. Appreciate it. Thank you for your thank you. It actually matters when you guys say thanks and we guys say nice things. It actually matters. It actually affects us as people who put out content all the time. Tin Fu Ho, what better DSLR or mirrorless cam? What's better, DSLR or mirrorless camera? The internet says mirrorless, but everyone I know uses DSLR instead of a mirrorless camera. Why? I don't know if one's necessarily better than the other. I think in the end, everybody's gonna move over to mirrorless. It's just like the next step. I don't think there's that big of a difference other than in things like some size differences and that kind of stuff. I'm sure technically there's a bunch of differences, but I don't buy a camera because it's a mirrorless camera or it's because it's a DSLR. It doesn't really matter to me. J Infinity Films. Hey, Maddie, my wife and I started filmmaking as a hobby about 2 years ago. You and Pete were definitely big inspirations for us starting. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, I very much appreciate those messages. And then Peter. Okay, I'm going to butcher your name. I'm sorry. Peter. Is that how you say Peter? And is that like Polish maybe or something? Peter Wozniewski. Great to meet you online. Will you visit Poland? I was right. Poland. I don't have any plans right now, but I'd be interested. There's a lot of places that I want to go visit. Will the SL2 work as a filmmaking camera? I think that's a pretty good like beginner starting camera for filmmaking. I would definitely start with that one. Thoughts on the new 90D? Will it be upgrade from the 80D? I mean, they're saying like the leaked specs at least are saying like 4K and 120 frames per second. So yeah, that's a big upgrade. I think that's probably going to be one of the best cameras for like starting out people, vloggers, that kind of stuff. Very curious to see if they actually put all that stuff or are those leaks actually wrong. What are your 3-year, I think you meant plans, not plants, because I don't have any 3-year plans. What are my 3-year plans? That's an interesting question. By the way, I very much like these Fully desks. They're like the best standing desk that I know of. Super strong, very nice looking. Thank you, Fully, for sending this desk over. Okay, future plans. I think it's to continue doing YouTube. I love doing YouTube. Definitely going to keep doing that. And then there's some side stuff that I'm going to start building. I can't talk too much about it because I don't know for sure yet what it is, but there's some secret stuff happening, and it's gonna be revealed finally at some point on this vlog, on this daily, semi-daily, 5 days a week daily vlog. Yeah. So I'm building I want to build some businesses. I'm figuring out what that stuff is. And then I think one of the big things that I want to do, I was listening to the CEO of Shopify. Shopify is like an e-commerce website. It's like how my store website is made on Shopify. The CEO of Shopify was talking about the first sale he had, and the first time he had like a snowboard store, and the first sale he made, the first money he made, and how important that was for him. And he just wants to give that same thing to other people. And I feel like that's what I want to do. Is I feel like being able to do this, being able to make your own content, being able to make a living without having to always be working for somebody else or having to wait for clients to give you work, that's been so incredible for me that I want to be able to give you guys that, as many people as possible. I want to be able to help out to do that. And so that's why I'm trying to figure out ways. That's why we did the survey, for example, why people don't start YouTube channels. If you haven't done it yet, you can go on last week's video. I'd love to know your thoughts. We're trying to figure out why people aren't, for example, starting YouTube channels. What are the actual hurdles or problems or issues? What are the reasons why people aren't starting a YouTube channel? Is it just that they don't have a camera? Is it that they don't know how to edit? Is it that they're too scared? Is it that they're working professionals and it's too hard to walk away or whatever from that? So yeah, that's a big part of the next over the next 3 years. I want to help you guys. I want to be able to provide things that will help you guys to do essentially what I've done. Yeah. How come some of these are coming through again, these super chats? I don't know if you're doing it by accident but great to meet you again. And again, I'm not sure when I will visit Poland. Cinematography database. Yo, Matt Workman. How's it going? When are you going to start doing your YouTube channel again? I miss it. I wish you could do those breakdowns still, because those were incredible. I feel like I learned so much from those breakdowns. You have no idea. Especially when I was doing more like the commercial stuff, like being able to kind of figure out how they're doing lighting and that kind of stuff. Yeah, you did a super good job. If you guys don't know who Cinematography Database is, you should definitely look him up. He's also doing some really, really interesting stuff with like virtual world, like gaming and filmmaking. That was a crazy video. So he has this video on his channel right now where they have like a crane set up, and then there's a guy on a motorcycle, and then just like a green screen background, basically. Or it's not green screen, actually. I think it's actual like screens, like LED screens. And as the camera moves around the character, the background moves in a way that simulates how it would actually happen in real life. Plus they can change like the lighting and move around stuff in the 3D background. Like it's all virtual. It's just unreal, like just crazy. That's talking about future of filmmaking. That's gonna be huge. Like the mix of AR and reality, all of that stuff. It's gonna be really interesting for filmmakers. 9 Top 5 Golf, thank you for the super chat. Filmnatics, enjoy your content, Maddie. Plan on meeting someday. Yeah, I want to do some more meetups, so you could probably come to something like that. Lothar, I recognize your name. Hei Matti, toivon, että muistat minut. Lothar Saksasta. Videosi motivoivat minua. Kiitos, jatka hyvää työtä. If you didn't know that was Finnish, he basically said, do you remember me from Germany? Your videos motivate me. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it. Donovan, best camera under $7,000. EOS 1DX, 5 DSR, Sony filming. That's a big budget. I would not. I probably wouldn't go for the 1DX anymore. It depends on what you're going for. I think if you want to do really, really high quality like music videos and short film, that kind of stuff, narrative work, Blackmagic 6K camera, very interesting. I think about that because even though you have 7K, you still kind of need to buy some other stuff to do the really high quality stuff. Not exactly sure how much the C200 costs right now, but that's probably around that range. That's a very interesting camera. Yeah, EOS R, and then you could buy a whole bunch of lenses and stuff. There's a lot you can do with $7,000. Juan Castillo, when are you coming to Argentina, Patagonia, and come hang out with me? I would love to go visit Argentina at some point. One of our good friends is from Argentina. Shout out Susanna. Yeah, it'd be super cool. Leah Danielle starting a falconry YouTube channel. Falconry, is that? I gotta look that up right now. Is that like to do with the birds? Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay. Okay, yeah, very interesting channel niche. That's gonna be super cool. I have the Canon SL2. What budget gimbal stabilizers do you recommend? For the SL2, you could probably get away with I would probably go with like the Ronin SC, or then just go with one of like the Zhiyuns or whatever. June. Gene told me how to say it properly, and I forget it already. Christian Ramirez, let me compose some music for your videos. I appreciate that. I use actually have the link in the description. I use Epidemic Sound and Music Bed for my music. They're incredible. They have so much music. I just don't have time usually to work with a composer. So that's why I just go with them. Free trial. If you don't have music for your videos, I highly recommend checking out Epidemic Sound or Music Bed. Yeah. Come to Japan someday. That is on my bucket list. I definitely want to go to Japan. Cannot wait for that. Logo design question. I got too busy to submit, but I have the final. Should I post it on IG and tag you in it? I mean, you can. But technically, yeah, submissions are over. And I have the top 3 already, and there's been a lot of submissions. So, yeah, it's probably pretty hard to crack that top 3. But, hey, it doesn't hurt to try. Water break. I don't know how, like, gamer streamers stream all day for like 7 hours straight. I guess they aren't talking all the time, all the time, but they do talk quite a bit. It's very tiring on the voice. Okay, this one's another name that I'm gonna butcher. Is that just Nehemiah with a C? Nehemiah Seltzer. Is 100 megapixels necessary, and where are you planning to visit next? So this thing is 102 megapixels. And I think for most people, that is complete overkill. You do not need 100 megapixels. But, for example, at my meetup, I had these really big prints printed out. If you're going to do that, 100 megapixels definitely helps in those cases. But I think for most people, it probably isn't going to matter too much. Although you can also crop in and you could essentially take like a wide shot and then crop in and get a tight shot from the same photo, which is pretty unreal, pretty crazy. But yeah, for most people, probably won't need it. Where am I planning to visit next? I don't actually know. I think I want to go to LA. I think I want to go visit Gene. I think that might be my next thing, or Portugal. We've been looking at going to Portugal. Okay, again, I don't know how to say your name. Wait, is that J? Could it be a silent J? Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. Do you believe people will get tired of YouTube in the future, and still you believe that it's impossible that anyone succeed in platform 2010 compared to past hugs from Brazil? No, I think YouTube is just in like the beginning stages. I think YouTube still isn't like fully mainstream. There's a lot of people who don't watch YouTube yet. And I think it's just going to become higher quality, more like a Netflix essentially. And I don't think it's impossible to make a channel right now. I think it's fully possible. As long as you're making good content, good thumbnails, titles, providing value, entertaining, you're going to grow. Moose and Moosey, want to show some love for our channel? I don't know how to do that, but I don't really do shout outs on here just because then I don't want all the super chats to just be like shout out stuff. 9 top 5 golf. Forgot to put my question in super chat. Looking for DSLR mirrorless that shoots 4K and is good for filming golf courses, nature with a little vlogging on the side. Okay, so first of all, I don't think most people need 4K. This is a secret, but I don't shoot anything 4K on my channel right now. Nothing. I shoot it in 1080 and then I just export the video in 4K, put it on YouTube, and it looks super good. Like the quality looks like 4K. So I would do that, and I'd probably get an EOS R if you're not like a super professional with cameras. EOS R is a good way to go. Mr. Detectorist, love your B-roll videos and content. I have tried to make some on my metal detecting videos. Sweet. I always wanted a metal detector. Check them out and let me know what you think. Keep it up. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm trying to look through some of the chat here. Can you give me advice on how to make a show reels for film schools? Love your channel. Yeah, you just got to get out there and film stuff. That's it. Like, plan out some cool shoots. Get some of your friends. Go out at sunset or sunrise. Or set up some really cool lighting. Just film stuff. Don't wait till you get work that looks like stuff you want to put in your reel. Just get out there and film stuff. Can I please try out a Nikon camera? I have a Nikon camera right here. I have the Z6 right here. I did a couple of videos with it. Very much enjoyed using it. It is a really impressive camera. The autofocus is the one thing that I don't think works super well on all the lenses. Some of the lenses, for example, this lens, it works fine. Other lenses didn't work very well at all. And so that's probably one of the reasons I haven't been using this. Plus, it's just a very angle LCD. So that's just something that I really, really enjoy having for YouTube, is having the flip LCD screen. And that's why a lot of these cameras, they're great. This camera is great. Sony a7 III, great camera. They don't have flip LCD screens, and that makes them really hard for me to use because I don't want to be using a screen on top of my camera because it's just going to get too big. If you didn't know, I have tried I believe every single camera company except for maybe like the Z cams and like the new cameras that are out there. But like Olympus, Fujifilm, Sony, Nikon, Canon, who am I forgetting? Blackmagic. Yeah, I've tried them all. I have no bias that way. Will the 90D stand the test of time like the 80D? I think it's probably going to be one of the big go-to cameras for a lot of people. I think that camera is going to sell very, very well. Yeah, if you're looking to buy a camera right now, maybe, when is this EOS 90 supposed to come out? I don't know when it's supposed to come out, but yeah, maybe wait a little bit to see when that comes out. You never know. There could be something really that like hinders it from being a really good camera too. But the 80D, 70D, whatever, those have been kind of like the flagship cameras. So I guess the 80D, or not flagship, but one of the really popular ones. So I would be surprised if they didn't make that a really good camera. Jason Boland, huge thanks for everything you put out. One question from Ireland that I come across all the time. Is there a difference between 24 and 25 frames per second? No, it's basically the same thing. The only thing you got to watch out for is, so in Europe and stuff, you guys use 25 frames per second a lot. The only thing you got to watch out for is if you're, for example, using an audio recorder and then camera and you're going to sync them in post. If one is in 25 frames per second and one is in 24 frames per second, that's going to really mess you up. So it's only when you're mixing cameras or mixing recording devices, that's when you need to pay attention to like exactly what the frame rate is. So if you're filming in 23.98 or 97, you should film, or you should have your audio at that also. Even a little bit of a difference over time, then the audio is going to get out of sync. And so, yeah, that's going to be a huge pain. Oh my gosh. A video for beginners on DaVinci Resolve. My name is hard as the other one. It's John in Portuguese. Sweet. Hi, John. Hugs from Brazil. Yeah, that I definitely want to do some videos on DaVinci Resolve because it is free and it's such a powerful editing program and color grading program and everything in one, basically. Nick's for more podcasts soon. Love listening to those. Definitely. We've just been super busy during the summer. Summer's always crazy. I think once things settle down, once Peter's done his little travels right now, I think we'll get into making some more podcasts real soon. We love the podcast. It's just sometimes it's hard to make time for it. Innovation. What was on the photography trip with Chris Howe and Lizzie in the Azores? You should seriously visit. It's unreal. Yeah, I was looking at Portugal the other day, actually last night, and Azores came up as like one of the top places you go visit around there. Looks super, super nice. Lewis, Hugh, hi all for daily vlog, but I'm all for the daily vlog, but I'm also a casino dealer, which means there's a lot of confidential information, what I have to keep. How do I get around this? Yeah, I don't know. Just don't daily vlog while you're doing that, I guess. Film outside of that. That's probably what I would do. Tiny Sparrow Marketing, Blaine Walker in Houston. You've influenced me hugely, especially your daily vlog. If you can only have one lens, what is it? Got any vintage lenses? If I could have one lens, it would be, well, the newer version. Actually, it would be the new version, the RF mount 15 to 35. But the 16 to 35, that is my go-to lens for pretty much everything. If you're on a crop sensor, this lens, the Sigma 18 to 35, f1.8. Yes, that's right, f1.8. That is the lens to have. I do have a few vintage lenses, but not too many. I have like the the Helios 58 mil. Is it 58 mil? 442 or whatever. Yeah, Helios lens. And actually, I don't have that many vintage lenses. I gotta get some more. Maria Alexandra, I recently bought an M50 with a Sigma 10 to 22 mil. Do you think that ND filters are a make or break investment, or should you do most of that editing post? Also, hey friend, miss seeing you and the wifey. So what the ND filter does is very different from what you would do in post. ND filter doesn't just change exposure. ND filter allows you to, for example, shoot at a wider open aperture, which means you're going to get shallow depth of field, and then still keep the exposure down without having to ramp up the shutter speed. So the shutter speed is like kind of the big thing here. If you just ramp up the shutter speed, it creates this different look. And if you ramp it up too high, it's just not a very nice look, in my opinion. And all the movies avoid that, except for if you're doing like an action sequence or you're using it for a specific purpose. Then they're going to ramp up the shutter speed a little bit, but even then they don't do it by a ton. So that's the big reason for ND filters, not to just make your image darker. That's why you can't do it in post. Tobin, thanks for all the content you put out. Is the Canon EF M32mm f1.4 less worth it for video and vlogging with the M50 if you have already the 22? I mean, those are very different lenses, so I don't think it's good for vlogging necessarily, the 32mm, but it could be really good for getting B-roll and that kind of stuff, or portrait shots, that kind of stuff. Maria Alexandra, also, I'll tell you where to go in Portugal. That's my hometown. Oh, sweet. I would appreciate any suggestions. Numinous Travels, dear Mr. Hapoya, I always wanted to do a podcast or a YouTube series about the people who inspire me the most and got me where I am today. If you're interested, hit me up with kind regards, Christoph. Thank you very much. Feel free to email if you have like a request or you want me to be on something. I am super, super busy with making my own stuff and life in general, kids, family. Or kid of kids. So yeah, I might not be able to make it, but 458 Digital, thank you for the tutorials. I'm gonna post for my first I'm in post for my first documentary, We're Climbing Mintahama, out next month. Couldn't have done it without you and Peter. That's awesome, man. Congrats. That is an accomplishment. Abdul. I'm not trying to butcher names. I'm just this bad. Abdul Kader Mardini. Hey, Maddie. My name is so long. You can call me Abed. Abed. That is very much easier. Are you gonna come to Dubai anytime soon? And if you do, please do a meetup. I would really love to meet you personally. No plans right now, but you never know. And I definitely want to do more meetups. Awesome. Cheese on everything. Awesome seeing you at the meetup. DL, download your LUTs for ESR. Which do you use for your reviews and intensity? Is it better to shoot in regular profiles in a studio environment since log files are huge? Log files aren't any bigger. Log files are the same size. Yeah, I use a lot of times right now. I use the Cinema LUT and my Cine LUTs 2.0. If you're wondering what my look is, that is it. Cinema. That's the one I'm using. I think most of the time right now. And then I drop it way down to like 30 or something like that. I forget exactly what it is. Whoa. Future of cameras. What do you guys think is the future? What are we gonna see in the next couple of years? I think we're gonna see some interesting stuff. Like I talked about, I think software is going to be the one big thing that we're going to see in the next like 5 years. Software updates, like you are going to make those same sensors be a lot more powerful. Essentially, I think the cameras will become more like computers at the same time. Again, I could be wrong. Maybe in 3 years from now, we're all just going to be on our phones and you can do everything you need with a phone. But if not, I think they're going to start implementing some of that software stuff into the big cameras. Ooh, who here would like to see awesome safari photos from Matty? I'm inviting him to go on an epic adventure with me here. All accommodations and entrance is paid. He just needs to get here. That is a very nice invitation. I've actually been thinking about going on a safari with my friend Johannes Jovi. He's like super good at doing this safari stuff, so that would be very interesting. 4K 120 frames per second for under $1,000. Is there a camera like that? That's what's gonna happen. I wonder how much the 90D D90 90 will cost, because that would be essentially that. What are you streaming on right now? Are you getting clean HDMI out of ESR? No, I'm actually not streaming on my ESR. I'm streaming on my C300 Mark II, which is a beefy camera. Innovation, does the lack of IS on the 1635 f2.8 affect you in any way? Why not get the f4 version with IS? So to me, there's a pretty big difference between f2.8 and f4, not only in like low light situations, but also in the depth of field. I just like having that extra. I wish could I have even more. But that's the reason why I'm really looking forward to the 15 to 35, the new, I think that's what it is, the new RF mount lens that's coming out hopefully real soon. That's going to have IS and going to be f2.8. That is going to be an insane lens, probably the best lens to get. So yeah, that's why I use the 1635 right now, and I just use EIS, electronic stabilization, and that keeps things pretty stable. Numinous Films, thanks for your answers. Thanks for your wedding tips. Going to shoot my first wedding soon. Tips for using Nikon Z6. I mean, I don't have any specific tips for the Z6. It's a great camera. Yeah, it's like the tips are all the same. It doesn't really matter what camera. Oh man, sorry. All of a sudden got tired. Doesn't matter what camera you're using, get those important shots, the good memories, get that emotion, all those things. Doesn't matter what camera you're using. Nikki Adams, thanks for your amazing channel. We are about to film our first YouTube video. Yes. Should we do a video about our mission or jump right in? I don't know. That's up to you, I think. It could go either way. I think it could be good to kind of like set the scene for your channel, but then maybe it's also too soon. If there aren't enough people watching, then it might be kind of pointless to lay out your mission right away. Yeah, could go either ways. Tiago Diaz, I have a Lumix G7. I feel that people judge me for using this camera. Why would people judge you? You and Peter are why I started YouTube. Please check me out. Love you, bro. Oh man, camera doesn't. I'm sure a lot of people are like, they probably cannot understand why I use the EOS R. They're like, he's getting paid. In fact, there was a guy when I did the video on the EOS R versus 1DX2. There's one guy who's just so angry that I would say that the EOS R is a good camera, and he even like misquoted me saying like there's no like barely any crop, and I was talking about the EIS and he's talking about 4K crop. Like just he didn't even really watch my video. So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people who look at me or think I'm just being paid by Canon to use the EOS R, but I have not gotten paid by Canon ever in my career. I just like this camera, but it doesn't matter what camera you're using. As long as you're doing good work with it, as long as you know how to use it, that's all that matters. John, it's John Masano again. Hi, Matty again. About your feature of cameras, do you think we really need new stuff right now, or just get better at the thing we already have? Like, do we need 240 frames per second or super high quality 120 frames per second? No, you don't need anything really. Like, you can seriously do so much with so little. Point proven, I think, with this 360 camera and how much I was able to do with just this little camera. I think it's way more important to get good at the creative aspects, the storytelling, lighting, camera movements. All of that stuff is so much more important than gear. And yeah, we're talking about the future of cameras, and it's fun to talk about gear and all that stuff, but in the end, it matters so much more that you just get good at using the camera, not get good at finding more more gear to buy. Yeah, definitely don't need more stuff. What do I think about? Wait, what do I think about Samsung Galaxy S8 for vlogging? It has for 60 frames per second feature. Yeah, I mean, you can use whatever you want. I think for vlog, I think phones are tough because the skin tones don't look super good on phones. That's, I think, the biggest downside of using phones. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think you don't need 60 frames per second. You don't need much for vlogging. You can just be really curious, really creative with stuff and do a lot with very little. There's a lot. I mean, I guess there's so much questions always about gear. It's really interesting. People always want to know more and more about gear and what gear I should get, what gear will make me better. And I think that's like the false assumption, is that gear is going to make you better. Even though we all know it doesn't, it's still in our brains that like, if I just get a little bit better lens, or if I get a little bit better camera, that's going to make me way better. And yeah, it might make you a little bit better. It might get you a little bit more quality. But in the end, like, I've seen guys make insane videos on something like a T3i Canon camera, which is like 1080, super basic, just insane videos. The quality is crazy because they know how to do the things right. They know all the other stuff that's in filmmaking, not just the gear. Yeah. Will you try the 90D when it's out tomorrow? Wait, is it out tomorrow? 90D release. Possible release date. Where do I see when it's coming out? Oh, come on. Does anybody know when it's supposed to come out? 90D. I want to review it whenever it comes out. I'm hoping Canon can get me one to try out. Moved it for August, so yeah, it's supposed to come out in August. Interesting. Yeah, definitely gonna try it out. I am down to try whatever cameras. What do you think that DSLR camera prices will what do you think that, will drop since the Blackmagic camera has launched, and is it a good camera for still photography? No, that I wouldn't say the Blackmagic is very good for stills photography. I think like the Canon, Sonys, Nikons, they're still way better at stills photography. I think Blackmagic doesn't affect prices as much as you would think, because it's in a very different category, I think, than like Canon EOS R or Sony A7 III. I think though they kind of dictate where the price is. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping it'll drop the price. My elbow has cyan on it. Yeah, look at this. By the way, my son Kai's favorite body part is the elbow. He loves the elbow. I have a lightsaber light. I have a lightsaber light down here. Ooh, it's getting hot. That's why there's teal on my elbow. Just used it to, I don't know, make the frame a little bit nicer, a little bit more interesting. How about your daily vlog? What about it? Still doing it, except I'm taking weekends off. I honestly love doing it. It's so much fun. It's just, I can feel it building too big when I do it every single day. It's just this, it becomes this like way too important thing. And then there's a lot of other things in life that are more important than a daily vlog. And yeah, I don't want to fall into that trap of ignoring the more important things just because I feel like I want to keep this daily vlog going. But 5 days a week, that's what I'm doing right now. Every weekday, there's gonna be a new video, except for today. I didn't put out, you're just gonna get this live stream. Have I been using DaVinci Resolve? I used to use it a ton back in the day when I would do like more higher end stuff, I guess. Now that I do YouTube, I just use Premiere. It's faster for me personally. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with DaVinci Resolve. Have I used an iPad? Yeah, I have. I have the iPad Pro. I have the new iPad Pro. What the? Get back in your case. All right, I have the new iPad Pro, and I actually want to do a video on this. I haven't been able to get the beta to work on the new OS beta to work on my computer, but you can now make this an extension of your computer, and in Final Cut Pro 10, you can actually use your iPad as like an extra screen to edit from. I believe that's how it goes, and I'm really curious to test it out. Just haven't been able to make it work. I'm gonna try again today. I got some support helping me. I think that's one of the coolest features. I've been saying this forever, that Adobe should be working on this. Like, I should be able to use my iPad as an editing tool to move around clips, split clips, and do all this stuff. Color grade, just, you know, have all like the little three-way color correctors and everything on there, and just be moving them around. I should be able to do all that from my iPad. I don't know why they haven't implemented that yet. So I'm super curious how that is. Domain admin, super cool seeing you, the unvarnished human. You and Peter have been a huge help to me over the years, but you look stressed, man. Relax, unpucker a bit. I'm not stressed at all right now. I'm a little tired from talking. But I'm actually not stressed at all. I feel really good. I think I've been pretty good with YouTube, and figuring out when there's going to be times of stress, but then figuring out, is that just because of like a short-term circumstance, or is that because I've been doing too much or working too hard or whatever it is. But yeah, no, I think is it just the wrinkles on my forehead that's that's giving the impression that I'm stressed. Gurab Gupta, any plans to visit India in the near future? No plans right now. Would love to someday. Joe Boyer, what do you suggest for marketing tools? I'm not sure what you mean by marketing tools. If you're trying to grow your own audience, I just suggest starting a YouTube channel and starting to make content. If you're trying to promote a brand or business, I'd probably do the same, actually. It's Abed. I've just uploaded my first video to YouTube. My only and biggest issue is talking to the camera. It really takes me forever to shoot something. Do you have any advice to overcome that? Just practice. That's the one thing that you just need to practice. Watch your stuff over again, even though it's hard to watch yourself sometimes. But most of all, you just need to practice. I promise you, if you watch my videos from the early days and then you watch them now, I'm so much more comfortable in front of a camera, and that's only because of practice. It wasn't like something I did. One thing also you can do is to plan out your videos a little bit better so you know what you're talking about. And then one thing that did help me is to realize that behind this lens are all you wonderful people. So now I treat the camera like it's a person. So I talk to the camera like I'm talking to a person. I don't, yeah, it's the exact same thing for me in a way, even though you guys aren't reacting to anything. Makes it a little bit harder, but yeah. Can you visit Canada? I live in Canada. I'm here all the time. I do want to visit some other places in Canada, though. Do you shoot for a Netflix series? No, I don't shoot for a Netflix series right now, but I would love to make a Netflix series at some point. That would be super cool. Yeah, that's definitely, I want to make more documentaries. I want to shoot a Netflix series. I think that's all going to come like later in my career, though. Right now, I just love doing what I'm doing with YouTube, and I'm going to keep going with this. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to do all that stuff, but hopefully I get to someday. When's the logo results coming in? They are coming in this week at some point. We've narrowed it down to, I think, the top 3. Why did Peter leave the office? No real reason other than that we both needed more space, essentially. Especially Peter, he wants to do a whole bunch of other stuff, and he just needed more space. We can't bring, like, this place is already packed. And then also, yeah, for me, it makes it great because now I have more space in here to kind of figure things out. Peter hasn't fully moved out yet. He still has a lot of stuff here. So I haven't really changed anything up. But once he's moved out fully and has his office, I'm definitely going to be changing some stuff around here. 90D, we've been talking about that the whole time or throughout the stream. Very interesting to see what it's like. It seems like it has 4K uncropped. Not sure if it has 24 frames per second or not. It says 30, but no mention of 24. 120 frames per second. Sorry, again, I'm yawning. 120 frames per second, incredible. Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting camera. Very curious to see it. But then that makes me, if that's actually true, that makes me even way more curious to see what the new like 1DX2 version mirrorless camera will be like. Super curious for that. Making a travel video with EOS R, do I need a gimbal? I don't think you need a gimbal. I think it definitely helps a lot of times, but you don't need a gimbal. GoPro Hero 8, is that coming out? I'm really curious. I think the last one was a big step up for GoPro, so I'm curious if they're able to do anything interesting to step it up more. Best lens lightweight. Best lens lightweight for family vacations. EOS R is my camera. I don't really care about lightweight too much, so I don't really know what the answer to that would be. It'd probably be like one of the kit lenses or something. I think they're usually a lot lighter. I just use the 16 to 35. GoPro for vlog. Yeah, you could, but you're gonna have to deal with audio and stuff like that to make it better. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can do it for sure, but I would probably try to step it up to something else. Like your phone might even be better than a GoPro at this point. Although the GoPro is very stabilized too, which is nice. Any good mini golf courses in the area? Looking at coming up there next summer to film. Have any recommendations? I think there's one. We used to go to one in Stouffville. Stouffville used to have one that was super good. I have no idea what it's called though. That's a random question, by the way. If you must choose one camera, which one would it be? So this got asked at my meetup. Okay, we'll do it first with the lens. If I could choose only one lens and use it for the rest of my life, it'd be the 16-35 f2.8. Hands down, it's my favorite range. If I was only could use crop censored cameras, I would choose the 18-35 the Sigma f1.8. Amazing lens. If I could choose only one camera for the rest of my life, so the way I answered is, if I'm gonna keep doing YouTube, which I love right now, I would choose the EOS R right now. That's what I would go for. Believe it or not, I would go for the EOS R right now. But if I wasn't doing YouTube and I could choose any camera, I would probably choose the C300 Mark II still. I love this camera for doc stuff, for commercial shoots, all that stuff. It is a great camera. It's like the right size of, like, it's small enough that I can use it just by myself, but it's also, the quality is super high. Whereas something like Alexa Mini, great camera, but it's hard to use just by yourself. Yeah. Hey, Maddie, got tied up with the kids. Missed your talk. Are you doing one again in Toronto soon? I don't know about soon, but I will definitely do one at some point. That was really fun during the meetup. If any of you were at the meetup, thanks for coming out. There's a ton of people. I think there was like close to 200 people or something like that there, which was like way more than I thought. Yeah, it was super fun. Please answer for Guy about 1K euro. I don't know what that question was. What's your favorite thing to film? Doc stuff. I like filming people. I like filming doc stories. I like just showing different perspectives of life or different people's lives, because we don't always get to like see what somebody's life is like. And that's why I like the Being series that I started with Jesse Driftwood, Jesse Corgamont. And I definitely want to do another one. I might do the next one on Potato Jet Gene. Yeah, I like doc stuff. I like showing people's stories. You going to do a meetup in LA? Man, that would be fun to do one with Potato Jet. We should do a meetup with Potato Jet in LA. That would be fun. Come to California for a meetup? Yeah, I'm curious how many people would show up. I have no idea how many people are watching from LA. I assume there's a few. Do I ride motorcycles? Nope. I kind of want to learn it though, but no. I'm also kind of scared. Actually, crazy story. Yesterday we were driving home off the highway, going off we're grabbing food, going off the off ramp, and I just see this guy in like there's like the off ramp and then the on ramp, and then in between was like a big grassy area. And I just see this guy getting up and picking up his motorbike. I guess he had just like run off the curb and over and into this field. Like, he seemed fine. He was walking around, and then cops and stuff came like right after that as soon as we pulled off. But yeah, that was crazy. That's the reason why I don't have a motorbike. Sorry, Yossi, you just earned yourself a hide user on this channel. Don't appreciate the Finnish swearing. What's my favorite doc? Ooh, that's a tough question. Some good ones are Cartel Land was really good. The Overnighters is, I think that's what it's called, is probably one of my favorites. West of Memphis, is that what it's called? West of Memphis was really good. I think that's what it's called. I think it's about the West Memphis 3, I think. Yeah, west of Memphis. That was a really good one. I love the Making Murdered series. There's a lot of good doc. I can't just choose one. Ooh, Ryan Fortnite can help you. What does that mean? Yeah, if you guys didn't hear me talking about it, I started a Discord server. You can look it up on my Twitter. I'm gonna be doing some gaming stuff, Fortnite stuff on there, but also I want to start making that into like a filmmaking community like this, where we can chat with each other. You know, if you want to meet people from the same areas, then you can meet up with people, all that kind of stuff. I feel like Discord is probably one of the best places right now to do that stuff. Still digging the boosted rev. Course. Whoa, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. I was just showing the power, and I almost knocked off my EOS R. I apologize. Did not mean to hit my Foley desk. Are you okay? I think I also just did a burnout in here. It kind of smells like burning rubber. Yeah. Still liking the booster rev. The only thing I've noticed is that the handlebars are like, they have like this weird grip stuff, and it's like giving me these like little like almost like blister irritations on my hands. I don't know if I'm just a wuss and I'm super sensitive, but yeah. And did you guys just see where I almost crashed the rev into this thing? Yeah, Rev is very, very fun. I think that's going to be really, really popular for a lot of people. Dev, don't get a motorcycle. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's what's going to happen. I'm like, watch this, guys, and I'm just going to launch my motorbike. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, gloves. Gloves is something that I need to get for the boosted rev. I've noticed that even my thumb, the acceleration wheel thing is a little bit rough, and even my thumb is starting to get like super agitated from it. I thought the iMac fell. I was a little bit worried. Everything was shaking for a second. Luckily, the EOS R got caught by the wall. It didn't go too far. Everything's fine. The rev is still fine, and that thing's a tank. It could have gone through the wall and been fine. The Discord link is expired. Oh, shoot. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you guys Discord link right now. Discord. How do I I'm such a noob with Discord. Invite people. Copy. Okay, I think that's my Discord server. Let me know if that Discord link worked. That's going to be the Discord server. There's already a ton of you in there. There's been a lot of good discussion in there. Everybody try to be cool in there. If you're not cool in there, you will get banned and you will miss out on the whole thing that's going to be happening with the Discord server. So please be cool, be nice to each other, have good discussions in there. If you need advice about cameras or filmmaking, there's a lot of really cool people on there. Highly recommend you joining the Discord server. Yeah, that worked? Okay, perfect. How is it without Peter in the office? It is a lot quieter. Very, 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 very much quieter. I kind of miss that. I miss having Peter to talk to a lot of times. Now we have to like schedule hangouts, which is, I'm just not used to that. And it was nice always just coming here and being able to talk to him and all that stuff. But it also is nice to have my own space, have that peace and calm. I get more work done. But yeah, I do definitely miss having him here also. Steadicams or gimbals? I would say probably gimbals nowadays are better. Not working. Who is it not working for? I'm pretty sure that link worked. Works. Somebody said works. Somebody said not working. Let me know if that Discord link worked or not. I will spam it again at you guys. Discord link should work. Hey Hey everyone, we're doing a live stream right now. Okay, people found it. Cool. Yeah, Discord is going to be, I think, a cool little experiment where we can have a more tight-knit community where we can do more like live chats and that kind of stuff. And when, when we're watching the freaking Breaking Bad movie that's coming out, we can do like a live chat on Discord while we're watching that. I can't believe they're doing. I'm so excited. Breaking Bad is like my all-time favorite show. Now they're putting out that movie. I think that's going to be pretty sweet. Do I have any tattoos? Nope, I don't have any. I have nothing against them. I just never thought. There's never been something that I've thought was cool enough for me to get, or like something that I really wanted to get that I was like, I gotta get a tattoo. I've just never had that. So, yeah. Sorry, I missed some of these super chats. Stroy, thanks for the super chat. John Manceno, when will be your next short film? I don't know. I was just watching one I did with Peter, like way back from our trip to Switzerland, Italy. And I was like, man, I should do more short film stuff. I definitely want to. I think I'm gonna fly out to LA and do the next Being series with Gene. I think that's gonna be the next like short film. Abed Mardini, wait, was that Abed? I own a 7070. Do you think it's worth buying the EOS R now, or should I just wait for the next Canon mirrorless camera? I'd probably wait for the 90D to come out first, see what that's like, and then consider getting the EOS R or whatever. What is the most important aspect of storytelling? I think it's like twofold. I think it's getting a point across. I think there needs to, for me at least, I like having some sort of point, some sort of reason for it. And then the other thing I think, and probably the most important, is just like human experience, like telling stories where people can relate to it, or people can feel those feelings, or knowing how to tell the stories in a way where you are actually invested emotionally in the story. That is like the main thing I think of storytelling. The movies I love the most are the movies that I'm just like so tense because I want to know what's gonna happen. And then there's movies, for example, a lot of the superhero movies, not all of them, but a lot of them, where I just literally fall asleep and I'm like, I can't focus on this, and not like I can't keep interest in this. I just don't care about the characters, and that's like the worst kind of story. Discord linked work. Now I feel like one of those cool kids. Perfect. What are your thoughts on white borders on IG in 2019? I'd skip it. I don't really like them, to be honest. Oh, he only wants to answer people's questions if they get paid money. I see how it is, Eric. Eric Golden. Uh-huh. Yeah, let's just everybody leave. Okay, I'm leaving, guys. No, just kidding. There's so many questions, and I feel at least obligated to answer the super chat questions because for whatever reason they decided to put money into this thing. I legit wanted to be like Maddie, sapping my man. I don't know what that means, but thanks. Best advice for beginner cinematographers. Cinematography, thoughts about freelance and how to find clients. I'd say just practice the crap. I don't know how to finish that sentence. Keep practicing a ton, and just get a good reel done. Get a good reel. Make a whole bunch of cool little edits. Like go out with some friends during sunset, get some shots, go out in the city with a friend, get some portrait shots. Just try to get a whole bunch of different shots that you think are really cool, and put those in a reel, and then send that off to people, and you should be able to get some work. Zachary Lee, can you adopt me? If not, ease my sorrow. Can I have 1DX for my doc journey? Well, I'm not going to give my stuff away like that. I feel like that 1DX especially has like sentimental value. I'm letting Matt use it if he wants to use it. But yeah, that's my beginner advice. What's your biggest challenge to date? Biggest challenge. I think my challenge is that I'm never super happy with what I make. I'm never like this. This is like my best work ever. I almost never feel like that. I always feel like, oh, I could have done that better. I wish I would have done that better. Or I wish that would have happened. So I'm never fully satisfied, especially on YouTube, because it is much. I'm making a video a day, so you can't make it the most insane video ever, and then that makes me think like, oh, I wish it was better. So that's probably my biggest challenge, is to just like keep motivating myself, even though I feel like I could make better if I had more time or resources. I'm sure everybody feels like this. Numinous Travels, want to play Fortnite someday. My nickname is from when I was 14 years old, so don't say it out loud. Okay, I won't say it out loud. I have sent an invite. Yeah, sure, we could play sometime. I think I even have like a gaming thing in here. Yeah, I have like a gaming whatever section in the Discord, but I haven't used it yet. But yeah, I would love to play some Fortnite sometime. Favorite movie cinematography wise? Ooh, that's almost impossible. Probably something Fincher's made. David Fincher, he's just incredible. I love movies like Zodiac and even like Social Network, I think that's what it's called, the Facebook movie. Super good. Cinematography, pretty much anything Roger Deakins makes, like Sicario is insane. Yeah. And I do like Chivo stuff too, like Revenant. Cinematography wise, Revenant is like insane. They didn't use any lights really. They only use natural light. So yeah, just crazy stuff. Lothar, never sell your camera because it was almost your best friend. Yeah, but at the same time, I don't want to just hoard cameras. I feel like it's kind of a waste. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I need to have like some shelves and stuff that I can put more gear out. But yeah. All right, I think we've been talking for a long time, an hour and a half. I gotta get to finishing my vlog for today. I'm gonna be talking about 5 camera moves that you can do without a gimbal, because a lot of times I don't have a gimbal and you still want some nice movements. So that's gonna be tomorrow's video. Hope you guys like that. Yeah, Revenant is great. Please say hi, JK World. Hi. On Ender Stewart. Hi, I'm 49. I'm 49 this year, and I will finally decide to pursue photography as a career. I think I will focus on product photography. Any quick advice on starting this journey? Just start practicing. I wouldn't go full on if you haven't been doing it. Don't like quit your job or something like that. Like do it slowly and like transition into it. But yeah, learn, make, repeat. Keep learning. Watch all the tutorials you can. Get out there and take as many photos as you can. That's gonna be the way to do it. What do you think about Benjamin Ortega and Yoon Olsen vlog edit? They're great. They do great work. Obviously, not everybody is a fan of everything, but I like the stuff they do. I definitely check them out all the time. I think Benny is sending me, or I think they're sending me like their new backpacks for the douchebags. I've actually been really liking their backpack. I've been using that a lot, so they do great work. New EOS owner, congrats. Breaking into video, excited to watch it. Nice. Congrats to your pictures display, and that vlog was best in my opinion. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, those ones get me a little bit nervous when I have like a kind of like a different idea. I'm like, I don't know how people are going to take this, but yeah, I think that one turned out pretty well. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. All right. What was your question, Zach? You know what, Maddie, my question. Mirrorless DSLR videography and filmmaking budget, $1,000 or less. Sony Olympus, Canon, Nikon, Panasonic. It all depends on what you're filming. That's the thing. There's no one camera. I think for the $1,000 market, I'd probably go with one of the Sonys, maybe. DSLR and mirrorless doesn't really matter. But maybe like this 90D coming out might be really interesting. Canon 80D is already pretty great. M50 is great camera. There's a lot of great cameras. There is no one perfect camera for everybody. I need your full review of the Canon 15-35 RF. I need my full review. I want that that lens so badly, so badly. All right. I would love to chat with you guys all day long, but life stuff. I appreciate all of you guys for joining in on this live stream. If you missed the beginning part about talking about the future of cameras, go back. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what kind of software upgrades are they going to give these cameras. What kind of software are they going to start putting in, whether it's like to add more dynamic range, to add tracking stuff. Maybe you could even add titles in camera. Hey, if you guys didn't know, my brother and I made this app called PlacerCam, and it allows you to actually put 3D titles or like track titles into your scene. I will do one real quick here for you guys. Wait, can you see? Oh my gosh, this might not work out. Let me move the title here, and then see this title here. Focus on that, please. Okay, see this title here? See how I just put a title in the scene there? It's pretty big. All right, let's see if this works better now. Where'd the title go now? Oh no, I lost it. Oh wait, I turned it. So you can put these titles into AR space and then record it. Oh, okay. Apparently it's not working. Oh, there we go. It's a little hard to show, but you can put it into space here, and then I could basically like film it so you can use it for Instagram or whatever stories. It's a really cool way to make interesting titles that are going to be way different from anybody else's doing, and you can do it all in your phone. PlacerCam, check it out. PlacerCam. Okay, I'll link it for you guys. It's free. It used to be for $1, and now it's just free because we haven't updated it for a little while, and I think my brother started feeling bad about charging for whatever. PlacerCam right there. If you want to make cool, I'm gonna make a whole video about that. But yeah, PlacerCam's right there. Appreciate all you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Be nice to somebody. Say something nice to somebody. It's not for Android. Sorry, the thing that I'm talking about, the PlacerCam. It's only for iPhones right now. Sorry, Just Jacob. We just didn't have time to make it for Android yet. Appreciate all you guys. Hope you guys have a great week. Hustle hard, but strategically. Don't just hustle for the sake of hustling. Know when to hustle and when not to, and how to hustle. That's super important. Okay, I will see you guys later. Thanks for joining me on this live stream, and wait for the video for tomorrow. It'll be coming out soon. It'll have part of this. Actually, we should do like a vlog and not a vlog end, but like a part to this. All right, just finishing up the live stream. I think we had a good time, right, guys? We had a good time. I should do more of these. That, my friends, is behind the scenes look at how I film my videos. Okay, I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.